Hello, hello, hello. Let me get some lighting. I thought it was going to be a little lighter in this corner. Brighter, than it is. Welcome to the Moon Podcast. I'm Lola, your musical stoner spiritualist. And it's been a minute, but I'm trying to come back right here at the beginning of the month so we can talk about the best way to utilize the moon's energy. You will have to forgive me. Um, this live will not be as long as the usual, but we are going to talk about the moon's energy. We are going to do a collective energy read. And then, based on participation, we can go into the gratitude ritual that we usually do on the full moon. It is a full moon, and it was an eclipse. We had a solar and then a lunar eclipse right after that, guys. So, it's a lot of intense energy going on in the cosmos. Okay. Hold on. Show must go on. I haven't been feeling physically well. Um, and I promise to anybody who knows me that knows what I've been going through lately that I will get my rest as soon as possible. So, but it's about dedication, it's about commitment, it's about consistency. So here I am. So let's talk about the moon phase right now. Today is November 8th, Tuesday, and it's a full moon in Taurus. So the things that we have to consider when utilizing the moon's energy is going to be the day of the week, the ruling planet of that particular day, and then the current moon phase, as well as the zodiac sign that it's in transit. And so with that being said, again, it is Tuesday. Tuesday is ruled by Mars. So we're dealing with masculine energy. Association with the sacral chakra. It's a fire element. So anytime Mars is there, we know it could be fiery. However, on the opposite side, not only are we dealing with an eclipse energy that is about change, endings, releasing, but we're also dealing with the full moon, gratitude, harvesting. Normally, the full moon is the time where you will start to see some um, of your manifestations, as in some of your goals. Probably you've started to slowly meet them. Um, we're on one side of the cycle heading toward the opposite side. And so, with it being in Taurus, though, now that's ruled by Venus. So now you're dealing with love, beauty, relationships, money, even pleasure. That's the air sign. So that's air feeding the fire. All right. So just be careful today. Now, the day definitely makes a difference, but the moon transitions every 2.5 days. So, with that being said, the significance on today with Tuesday is just for this particular read right now. The moon was full yesterday and it's going to be full tomorrow. So, within transitioning into another zodiac sign. So, that's when then you would take into account those attributes. So, it's more emphasis on Taurus with the ruling planet Venus, more emphasis on the fixed attribute, the fact that it's a feminine sign. And so, full moon always tends to amplify your emotional sensitivity, but that's what the feminine is all about. That's intuition and shadow work and everything like that, going within. So it can come across or seem conflicting, but really it's about balance. It's been a consistent theme. Any part of the collective that resonates with my soul essence, Spirit has been saying balance over and over and over and over again. And so this is a good example. You got Mars with determination, but then you got Venus with the harmony. So you got to make sure that anything and everything that you're going after, definitely go full steam ahead, but make sure that you are pairing yourself with people who are vibrating at the same frequency as you right now. I've talked a lot about and have shared several times over the course of the last week about being careful who you exchange energy with, about reevaluating what I call your spiritual diet, because there's a lot of times when we're not paying attention to what we're intaking until it comes out. And then all of a sudden we become aware of the um the bullshit. Let's just say that. And so because of the way that the moon transitions, there's so many chances to tap into this lunar energy. But the full moon is always my way to remind people that it should that propel you into gratitude. We do everything out of love and with gratitude, and that boosts your manifestation powers. And so, with that being said, we can definitely get into an energy read. We know that it's a time for releasing. And usually in your own spiritual practices, we're doing spell work, waning and waxing. So not the first day, maybe not even the second. You want to start doing your spiritual work after the moon is coming away from being full, after the moon is coming away from being new. But I most definitely, I'm having a little bit connection issues, so I apologize. Here and there, it might go out, but so I come on here usually when it is at the peak to teach, give the guidance, and then it's up to you to figure out exactly what you want to utilize based on what you know is going on with you. So if you've never been here before, when it comes to the collective energy read, um, it is general, and everything may not resonate with you, but if it does, and you have questions, clarifications, then you're free to do that in the chat. If we have again participation and we're able to actually participate in the ritual portion of it, which I have to always remind people, don't get caught up on the word. A ritual is just your habits. It's something that you do repetitively. And so the reason why it is called a full moon ritual is because we're committing together to come together at a specific time, um, to put a specific um, habit into practice. I hope I said that in a way that made sense. So we're coming together at a specific time to take advantage of the lunar energy to put a particular habit into practice, or to make a particular practice become a habit. I think that sounds a little bit better. To make a particular practice become a habit. So that's just what a ritual is. Usually with the full moon gratitude, we like to just share, write down what you're grateful for, and then share it with someone. It's just always good to celebrate in those small successes and accomplishments. Of course, the big ones, we're always rooting for everyone that we're connected to, but it does really feel good just to see someone else accomplishing their goals. It feels good to just share in that gratitude with other people. And it sometimes when I'm sharing my gratitude moments, when I hear something that someone else is grateful for, it reminds me of my blessings and reminds me to be grateful for some of similar things, no matter how small they may be. So that is the purpose, and that is what I try to commit to. Just because, like everything else, there are parts of your journey that will be solo. There's parts that have to begin and end with self, but it's always so much better to always remember we're all one, interconnected, and to be able to share parts of the journey so that we know that we're not ever truly alone. All right, so let's go ahead and get the read going. And please make sure if you're here and you cannot hear me or anything like that, just let me know, because I won't know unless somebody says something. And it's been crazy for me lately because some of the steps that I used to have to take to even get in the right mindset to do readings, I don't even have to do that anymore. I'm so in tune with my guides that I just can jump in. So that's what we're gonna do. Because we only have an hour. So we're not gonna waste any time. I had to change my password. I came on a little bit, started a little bit after the hour because when I went to log into the channel, I had to change my password. So that sucks because as organized as I try to be, sometimes we run into those little bit issues. So I would like to thank you for being here. Again, this is the Move Podcast. My name is Melody, and I serve. I call myself the musical spiritualist. I serve as a vessel, and I help people to enhance their spirit communication in every way possible that I can. You are here to partake in the full moon healing energy reading session for November 8th, the full moon that is in Taurus. I know it's going to be something about love and relationships because no matter how much I try to stray away from giving those type of reads, they're going to come out. All right, so I didn't necessarily ask what order, so then stuff started flying out before I got a chance to pose my actual question. I normally start out with my phone is telling me it's time to go to bed. I normally start off with my Prism Oracle deck, which is the deck that uses colors for the inner wisdom. As an artist, I've always loved color theory, so that's something that I strive to continue to practice ever since I learned it in school in all areas of my life. So again, I'm not sure. I wasn't able to ask past, present, or future or any type of 3 setup, but usually I do begin with 3 cards. And the cards that came out so far was mystery, sadness, and peace. So I don't want to put them in a particular order to say. I just feel like I should just dive in to clarify so we can understand. So mystery is definitely going to be it's a purple card. It's going to be dealing with intuition. Let's just go to the book real quick, because without me knowing if this is energy coming in, present energy, or energy leaving, I need a little more insight. So it's just basically about surrendering to the unknown, being okay with the fact that you're not going to always know every single step. And and I personally know how difficult that could be when you're somebody that tries to be organized. And the whole purpose of us gathering here is to be intentional and to write down our goals and to have an action plan and to put it into place. And, so it's just like, I know that my Capricorn rising is just like, no, we got to know. We got to be in control. But that's not what Spirit is saying. It represents the idea that it is okay to not have all the answers all of the time. Okay. So then why is the sadness here? We have, that's a blue card. That's going to be dealing more with logic, trust, communication, even throat chakra. I have a sore throat. So, definitely just a reminder not to demonize it as an unwanted emotion, because every single thing is valid. And if the energy in motion stays in motion like it's supposed to, that's what emotion stands for, then you could appreciate the sadness because it's still a part of the process. Even the crying that comes with being sad offers that release that sometimes you don't get in other experiences of expression of emotion. So you definitely have to understand that, to embrace the sadness. When we're dealing with duality, Spirit always reminds that in order for one thing to be appreciated or to exist, this other thing has to be in play as well. Thank you so much. So in order to appreciate happiness, I guess you could say, is like we were filling in the blanks, you have to experience sadness. Okay. And then peace. So maybe it's a combination. I'm starting to feel with embracing the unknown and being okay that things have hurt you, that you've experienced sadness, because peace is here. So let's go ahead and take the cosmic guidance deck so that we can go a little bit further. There might be, and it usually is, a specific message for somebody when we start going a little further. Again, thank you, Spirit. Highest white light connected to me and everybody who resonates with my soul essence. Thank you for these clear messages. No messages of ill or no intent, but messages of clarity and real welcome messages to be. I am missing a deck, guys. But I just thought about it, but we'll get to it in a second. I almost feel like I can't read without my cartomancy deck at all. So let's see what is going on. What is so difficult for us in this time? Why are we feeling sad? Why are we not able to? Why do we need this reminder to embrace the unknown? It's saying breathe. Oh, something else was coming behind it too. Breathe. Meditate. Also, your wish is coming true. So hold on, let me get one more just to clarify. Don't stop. A miracle is around the corner. So somebody has been definitely upset and worried that because they have experienced so much stuff has been going on, you're thinking that there's no way that it's going to come full cycle. But that's not the case. That's why sadness has to be appreciated as a part of the process, as a valid emotion that should not be a bad thing, because Spirit is literally telling you that if you let the unknown or let experiencing emotions that don't feel good all the time, you can definitely miss a blessing here. It's telling you not to stop. And then when it's if you think about, I hate that it's such a glare. Look at the depiction. She's sitting there and she just was like, I'm about tired. Digging, but her freaking miracle was right there. Like what she was going for, she was so close. The Spirit is telling you, do not stop, because then look, now we got her all the way down, getting all of it, and probably more than was expected. So there is going to be, I don't know why light at the end of the tunnel came. And then we have different depictions of the moon. So I really feel like, as we're going through these different cycles, you could have started all this work in one cycle. The reward is going to come in a whole nother cycle. I'm sorry, stuff is mirrored, so I'm all over the place. But it's a whole different cycle. So that means that you gotta be okay. Because here with the mystery, here's that full moon again. Here's that moon, or maybe new moon. But it is saying that we started in one cycle, and if you don't sit here and just continue to push forward through emotions that are not so great, that you're not going to receive the peace and the blessings that you have worked so freaking hard to get to. Because also what I noticed about this depiction is this is too, it reminds me of towers or Jenga blocks. That's structure. We're talking about foundation. We're talking about stability. But you need to stay grounded, and you can embrace the peace through just being able to silence whatever's going on. I tell people all the time, we are in control of our emotions. So if, it's valid to feel sad, but if that's not how you want to feel, change it. Clear your mind. Clear your mind. Didn't even have to shuffle. Relax. Didn't even have to shuffle automatically. But we're going to shuffle. Relax, clear your mind, breathe, inhale, exhale, create a space within that you can go to for inner peace. You know, it just came to my mind. You ever seen what's the movie? Have you ever seen Kung Fu Panda, where the master was sitting there talking about inner peace, inner peace. If you got kids, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, that's what it is. People have made fun of, and people have, you know, I'm glad that meditation is a little more widely accepted nowadays, but it's still something that I feel like people sleep on a lot and don't attune to how important it may be. Take a breather. Okay, so a lot of my energy is coming out. A lot of my energy is definitely coming out. It's time to just chill, relax, take a breather, unplug, stop overthinking. You know what I'm saying? Get back grounded because you put in a lot of freaking work. And the work is not for nothing, but you're getting drained, wore out, and you're starting to battle these self-defeating thoughts that's making you feel like that I did all this and all this is going on and I feel like crap. It can't, what's gonna come from this? Everything. Because you don't want to mess around. And again, I said intuition as it pertains to that mystery, that is trusting the divine. That's 100% saying that walking by faith and not by sight, being able to say that even though I'm not liking what I see and it's not looking like it's about to be different, it's really believing that all that you put into what you're trying to achieve is happening, because we can't minus the physical from the spiritual. So you understand that there's some physical things that you might have had to do to bring things into fruition. We have the power to speak things into existence. We have the power to transmute energy, all of that. But you also have to remember it is still a spiritual side. So you're never supposed to just pray and wait for things. You do have to get up and do something with your hands, but don't think that the manifestation is your, when you introduce self-doubt, basically it's going to throw all of that off. You've worked hard on a lot of aspects and it's time to just trust that it's going to be okay. And a lot of times, what did they say? Rejection is for your protection and just different things. I've seen spirit stop me in my tracks. Even just this weekend, I thought for sure I was going to be grown and go out and do stuff, and it didn't work that way. And whole time, the first thing I do is be like, damn, I don't have a social life, I don't have friends, I don't do this, I don't do that. I have to battle those self-defeating thoughts and remember, you know what? Maybe the setup wasn't right. It was a situation where, come to find out, you know, the party or the little get together, it wasn't, they ended up in the emergency room. And then, you know, something else happened. It's like what I've wanted to really to be there. I can't even be mad now because now that I know what actually happened, I'm glad that I was on to something else. So sometimes you have to be reminded. It's not always what we want to hear in that moment. Like, oh, something didn't go the way I wanted it to go because it was actually protecting me from something. But that's very legitimate. That's very valid. And with that being said, then that's when you offer up the thanks. Like, you know what? Thank you for shifting things to where now I wasn't a part of no shit that I didn't want to be a part of. And I can, and it takes maturity to be able to embrace that with grace, because I'm a brat and I was whining about not being able to spend my weekend the way that I thought I wanted to. But really it was like, you should have probably just stayed at home. So relax, take a breather, clear your mind, but understand that trusting the divine and allowing the unknown to be, you will, if you're aligning yourself with your best possible future and outcome, it's never going to be a missed opportunity because what's yours is yours. So allowing things to flow naturally is going to be your best bet, because when you start getting yourself all worked up or having self-defeating thoughts, that's not enhancing the manifestation energy. That's contradicting it. And we speak spells with everything that we say. So you have to be careful what you think and what you allow to put out based on what you're putting in, because you know, it's a such thing as self-sabotage, and nobody is too elevated for that to happen. It's a part of where it's our human existence for us to experience duality. So there's sometimes I'm high and there's sometimes I'm low. Low does not mean bad. Low does not mean negative. We have to get rid of those stereotypical depictions of definitions of the words that we use in the English language to try to describe spiritual and universal concepts. That was a mouthful of spirit, but I got it out. Let me grab this other deck real quick. Let's do this one, and then we gotta do sacred geometry because it's a healing session, right? Right. So I'm gonna grab the cartomancy and the sacred geometry deck, and we should be done after that. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Lola B. I'm your musical summer spiritualist, and this is the Moon Moon Podcast. I do try my very, very best to come on here every new moon and every full moon. So as of right now, the frequency is 2 times a month. Why do I do that? Because first off, I study astrology and numerology. I am here as a teacher and a healer, and I love to assist people and propel them into self-healing and assist with their spiritual communication. In doing that, the reason why I chose the full and the new is because those are some of the peak times in the lunar activity, the cycles that they go through. And as I am still honing and practicing and learning, I like to master things. So before we start talking about first quarter, last quarter, crescents, and all that type of stuff, we want to deal with new and full. And I thank you for being on this journey with me because we will eventually get to all of that. So let's pull a few more cards so we can get more specific for anybody who is watching or who may watch that might just want a little more clarification or guidance as it pertains to what Spirit is saying. We are in a full moon in Taurus, and it is still Tuesday, so we're dealing with Mars energy, but we're also dealing with Venus. So we don't want to fuel the fire too much. We want to have a nice balance. And let's see what this feminine and this fixed energy has to say, because I'm encouraging. Okay. All right. So we had 8 of Spades and Queen of Spades. I'm going to need more because I don't even know where to start. So a widowed woman is usually somebody who lost something or is about to lose something. But here's the wish come true again with the 9 of Hearts. So there's wish fulfillment that is right there. But it's either somebody who is afraid of losing something, has already lost a lot, and just needs to slow down the pace, because proceed with caution with the 3 of Hearts came out, as well as 6 of Hearts with surprise love. What does that mean? Well, first off, 369. 369. All hearts, family, love, relationships, home. And this is present energy. So if you haven't already got a wish fulfillment, then hey, Snook, you didn't miss too much. If you haven't already gotten a wish fulfillment, it is on its way. And I'm gonna share with you something that Spirit told me when 6 of Hearts came out in my personal read, that I needed to stop, looking for love in a person, and I needed to think about all the other things that I enjoy, all the other things that I actually love. So maybe hopefully that helps somebody as well. But what I think is saying is just to slow down, because you've lost something or are going to lose something. And when we're talking about endings, releasing and stuff like that, that is part of the process. You can't hold on to the other message that Spirit gave before I got on was that we needed to block energy that no longer serves us. So you can't be holding on to people and circumstances and thinking that you're still going to be able to align yourself with what you want. Is it going to happen? Yeah, because it's going to happen if you say so. You know what I'm saying? It's really simple. However, in addition, because what I'm hearing is in addition to you needing to trust the process, you could definitely also get in your own way. Like I said, self-sabotage is it's a very real thing. Let's keep going though, because I feel like it's more. I need to understand why the danger was here. Okay, message or gift. That's a new beginning with the Ace of Diamonds and a helpful person. So here's the King of Hearts. So we have all these heart cards coming in. It's somebody that is trying to assist you in the form of a gift or a message. But you are a little wary. And Spirit is telling you to proceed with caution because you should. Okay. The more in tune you are, the more you know that every situation you need to weigh it out. Okay. Judging is not a bad thing. We judge to make decisions. What is bad is when you negatively judge something or someone and then then how you treat them, which normally is mistreatment, comes from that negative judgment. That's the issue. But judging is what you have to do. So Spirit is saying proceed with caution, but there's help here that's going to bring you here. And part of that is to also through this meditation, slowing down, clearing your mind, stop overthinking, will help you to so that when people are coming with the gifts, you're able to you're gonna know what to receive. I hope that makes sense. But I still need more because I'm not understanding what's going on with the widow and the danger. Playing cards. Yes, I am reading playing cards. It's called cartomancy. I thought it was very interesting when I first started doing tarot. All right, so we getting a little bit more. I thought it was interesting when I started reading tarot, started doing tarot, and it's different than traditional tarot, and it's just something that intrigued me. It's way easier. I connect to it, and so it's something that I've been using. Here we go with 10 of Hearts. So you have 9 of Hearts, 10 of Hearts, King of Hearts, 3 of Hearts, and 6. Good fortune. This is money and love. But then at the same time, 8 of freaking clubs with future problems with business and love. So, okay, so here's what it is. An ending has to happen. We have 2 beginning cards. We have 2 aces. Okay. But this Ace of Spades is telling you that you're holding on to something that needs to absolutely, positively die. And that could be what is causing you this sadness and this anxiety and has you on edge. And that's why you're not able to really hear what Spirit is saying. You're not trusting your own intuition and you're perceiving the situation, even though you're supposed to proceed with caution, you're perceiving the situation as something that you shouldn't be in or don't want to be in. But that's because you're out of balance right now. Because you're going to manifest the life, you know what I'm saying, that you've been going after. But you have to 100% trust your divine guidance. And it's something you need to let go. 10 didn't come out. Yes, it did. 10 of Hearts. I'm sorry, 10 came out. So you did have, like I said, an ending and then a beginning. So I'm trying to read the numerology as well as read the cartomancy at the same time. And then jealousy fell on the floor. So jealousy that you're harboring in your heart, 55 may be significant with a master number, or it could be there's a lot of heart cards. So it's a lot that's going to be if it already hasn't started, there's a lot that's going to be going on within your home life, your family, you know what I'm saying, your relationships. There is somebody in your energy that either you're that person showing up or somebody else is a good friend, a helpful person. you have to be able to receive the help. You have to stop overthinking, because it, when I was a Christian, they used to say all the time about, like, stored up the wicked's wealth for the just, or just tapping into that ideal that, God will use anybody. So you don't want to be closed off if you know that you needed help, and you know what you're trying to manifest. So when we're asking for money, if that's what we ask for, we never know what form is going to come in. So you can't be haughty about it. It's okay to be cautious, but you can't sit up there and already be self-sabotaging and think something the worst is going to happen. You just need to really trust, because you're worked up. But jealousy is here. It's either somebody's going to be extremely jealous when things start to actually show for you, because you can feel it. There's a shift. 5 is about change as well. There's a shift that is already happening. So somebody's either going to be jealous because they're just not understanding why you're able to still stay, come out on top after all the shit that's been going on. Or you have jealousy, and that's something in your heart that's stopping you from being able to see the wish fulfillment and the help and all and everything that's good for what it really is. So it could be two different things. You got to really take what might apply or resonate with you the most. But something has to end. A new beginning is right here. As like she was sitting on that ledge and she was so close and she just got tired. It's no time to get burnt out if you trust, because resting and being able to do that versus completely just crashing or giving up, it's two different things. It's not the same. You want to rest, but you don't ever want to give up. No, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm drinking tea, blowing my nose. Technically, in a time like this, I wouldn't even go live. But the full moon, regardless of my physical health right now, it always energizes me. So it's like I'm supposed to be asleep, but I just was like, nope. Let me get up and do what I'm called to do. Let me move this cartomancy out the way so we can end it out a couple more minutes with some directives from spirit specifically. No, I'm not feeling any better. It actually got worse today. And I had to leave work early. And I'm off tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. But spirit is telling you to relax and clear your mind and breathe. How? How do I do that, spirit? What am I supposed to do? Give me something practical. Give me something to go on. I need a frequency. I need something for a practical application. And this is where my sacred geometry decks come into play. And this is what I use for that. Okay, this is the first deck I ever started reading on, Healing Oracle deck. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I skipped the angel messages this time. Divine Feminine. Full moon, baby. Full moon. Divine Feminine. We had 2 Cancer cards out here. And we also are talking about the full moon being in Taurus with that feminine energy. So it's basically telling you to connect back to that. Don't ignore your emotions. Acknowledge them. Let them flow. But do something positive if with them. If it's not propelling you to do that, then it's time to transmute that to get into a better space so that the expression of the emotion is not harmful to you or others in your energy field. And then we had Key of Life. Egg of Life, key to our blueprint. 1 and 2 does break down to 3 with the numerology, and it's 2 and 1 on this one, 3. So 33 could be a significance. 3 is also what is 3? Let's look it up real quick because my freaking brain is trying to shut down. Because 3 might be significant for somebody. 5 was also significant, so don't forget that as well. What is remind me, spirit, with 3? And numerology is lucky, powerful number. Yep, the divine, obviously. I'm mind, body, spirit, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. You know what I'm saying? Birth, life, death, beginning, middle, end. Past, present, future. That's 3. Okay, so 33 as a master number might be significant to somebody, but we're definitely at that new beginning with the blueprint. It's talking about being in tune with your master freaking plan. Okay. And it's so intricate because that's how complex we are, but it just also shows how powerful we are in our own in the creation of our own reality. Let's try to get one more because I always hope for a frequency card to come out. I like sound. I'm a musician, so I always like to leave people with a hertz frequency if it comes out. Divine feminine. And then remember I was talking about Mars being sacral chakra. That's that orange color right here that's on here too. So that may be significant for somebody to um clear any blockages that may be um apparent or stopping you from connecting to that particular chakra energy center in your physical body. Metatron, this is my homeboy. Metatron is an angel that I work with a lot to help to access Akashic records. Remember what I was talking about? Remembering that we're all connected, and to being able to access, I believe in reincarnation and being able to access past lives. So this is a reminder for somebody because I talk about Metatron all the time, and I share um, the fact that that's one of the spirits that I work with on a regular basis. That is how I've came to a lot of the knowledge that dreams, yes, very much so. He records everything. He writes everything down. So he has that knowledge that you can tap into that's readily available. And he is very, I'm saying he because it comes across as a masculine energy. But when we're talking about spiritual things, gender is not the emphasis. But I tell people about Metatron all the time. So it's a reminder for somebody and maybe an introduction to some, if that's what your goal is. And that's also why Breathe was here. That's why Meditate was here, because that's how you clear everything out to be able to communicate with these are very high vibrational beings, but they are at the ready to assist you. So because of that, you might need to do meditation consistently, with the intention of accessing that ancient knowledge. But it is there for everybody's disposal. It's not something that only specific people can do. You can do the same thing that I am doing. You have to do what fits you and what you feel like is appropriate for whatever level and stage you are on your own path. But this is not exclusive. This is not exclusive. So Metatron, come on, Spirit, can you give me 1 hertz frequency? 1. Nope, not at all. But expansion. So it's just piggybacking, and we got orange color again. So definitely, we can definitely look up the hertz frequency that can help you to be back connected and have a nice flow of energy in your sacral chakra. But evolve and expand is reminding you that expansion is evolving is a part of the journey. In order for evolve is about change. In order to do that, you have to let go of things and be okay. So basically, because that's something that came to me when I was sitting in preparation for the live, be completely in the present moment. Don't worry about what did or did not happen in the past. Don't worry about if something's going to happen in the future. Just be in the present moment. That right there leads me back to gratitude. That's what gratitude does. That's what meditation does. That's what some of these principles and practices does, is to help you remember that with everything that's going on in the outside world, me right here in this moment, just taking a breath, just take a minute, inhale, exhale. That means I'm alive. My lungs are working. You know what I'm saying? I can breathe in and out my nose, in and out my mouth. Things are working. It's helping to cancel out all of that and be more right here. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't that wasn't the best way to put it, but I'm hoping you understand what I mean. That's why meditation is important. I will never stop telling people to meditate. There's multiple ways to do it. You don't have to sit in the traditional way, but you can be guided with tools. You can go your own route. You can utilize music, anything that helps you to calm, ground, center, and to go within. Things That's how things open up. So don't neglect that. But expansion is there. Your wish come true is literally around the corner. The spirit is telling you that you have to slow down, embrace every part of the journey, including the emotions that you may not, um, want to experience, but most definitely that's a part of trusting the divine guidance and being okay to not know every step. And please, whoever is suffering from immense amount of sadness, please embrace the peace that passes all understanding. I always used to think about that scripture and say, you know what, that's a perfect way to put that, because sometimes when you receive the peace on that level, it does not make sense for you to be peaceful. It does not make sense. But when you embrace it, it has an immense effect on your well-being. So before we get out of here, for anybody that's here that wants to participate, I will say mine regardless. Let's just take a moment. We're gonna take some deep breaths. If you have, I always tell people to show up with a pen and a piece of paper for their lives, because when you go to school, you got to have your supplies, because you're going to learn something and you may want to take notes. You want to retain this information, right? So if you need to go grab a piece of paper and a pen, that's time to do it now. If you need to grab an incense, a candle, anything that normally would set you in the mode to be able to just take a moment to go within before we offer up some gratitude and share 3 things that we are grateful for. Okay. So I'm going to do that. And I'm kind of glad I have a smaller setup, because it makes me have to get up and move around. Because sometimes I would, I sit in my day job in my office chair for hours. Cameron, I need this tea warmed up. You can take the bag out, but in order for me to just get this last little benefit out of it, I need it to be hot. I'm going to grab, y'all gonna have to excuse my hair, because this been on all day, because I've been trying to protect my body heat. I'm going to grab my smudge real quick, take some deep breaths, and then we're going to share what we're grateful for. That's most important right now, to be able to boost manifestation. Any questions, pose them now as well. Whether you, excuse me, whether you are watching this live right now or on the replay, I'm open for any more clarity. And please make sure, once everything is done processing, I will have the full title, description, and will be any links for you to be able to access me, to email me, to book a personal read with me. I do have a new booking process. So I'm really happy to share in that endeavor with my business collaborative. So please look out for all the accurate postings to be able to do that. I do dream interpretation, healing energy sessions, comprehensive readings that can go more into your birth chart and your numerology. And, therapy sessions. Sometimes we just need somebody to talk to. And please believe I'm not, being a spiritual therapist is very different. You don't get certificates, accreditation, or degrees, but you get inside knowledge to be able to help people on a level to where it's always mutually beneficial. I'm not sitting there like a counselor would be, just taking in all your shit. I'm giving shit too. I'm being transparent. I'm sharing, and at the end of it, we both are going to feel better. So I encourage you to stay on this journey with me, because I feel that everybody, when you're led to me, you're supposed to be here. It's never a mistake. So give me 1 second. I'm going to grab my sage smudge and we're going to do the gratitude. And that should wrap up the hour. lighter, lighter, lighter. Oh, thank you. Now that's a shame. As much as I partake in my herbal, I don't have a lighter. Hold on, good people. I have to find a lighter. I hope y'all did not see my whole ASS just now. All right. Got some gratitude going on in the comments. Let me just go ahead and set my mood. Take another sip of this tea. No, it was heavily guarded, honey. I was trying to make sure that blanket did not move, because you know how it is. It's only from the waist up that counts. So I was trying to get on here and get back off. But then fuck around and just didn't have all my stuff in front of me. So therefore I had to keep getting up. And I have matches which work way better without, the extra chemical situation that lighters give you. But it's sometimes difficult to light certain things with a match because the fire goes out. There we go. There we go. There we go. If you're not familiar with practices, which a lot of people are, but the practice of cleansing your aura, I do gravitate toward white sage. A lot of things in the spiritual practices, white can be used for multiple purposes. So white sage, white candles, stuff like that, where I can set my intention specifically instead of what that particular color may represent, and just use it, in a universal way. Just in case you're not aware of that. So I will think about what I'm grateful for. Okay, so Snook said, grateful for work. Love being able to earn money while enjoying what I do. You know what? I'm going to have to share in that. I am absolutely grateful for my day job. I have been able to accomplish, and I know I've said this on a live before, but I manifested that job. And so with that being said, I'm not surprised, and it's not a coincidence that it is helping me to knock a lot of goals off my list. And my body is definitely shutting down because I work too much. However, I'm grateful for having the opportunity. There are people who cannot get a job, or there are people who are still getting laid off, even fired, different situations. Like, I never judge anybody. Shit happens, right? So I'm definitely grateful to be employed, to be able to, have somewhere to utilize my skill set as a way to afford myself financial freedom. That's, I can never not be grateful for something like that. Close friendships. That's a great one. You said water. Most definitely. Water. I always talk about how much force water is. And it's crazy how the same element that can cleanse can like fuck some shit up. Like, water shapes rocks. Water causes so much damage. You know what I'm saying? And I sometimes elements always give you that notion of how duality is present in nature. I think about that as water all the time. Because if you drink too much water, something might happen. So it's amazing in itself. I would say my other two things that I'm thankful for, other than my day job, is I am thankful for my spirit team, especially here recently. My guides, my ancestors, talking to them, communing with them, offering, things on the altar. Just my relationship with my spirit team has gotten so much stronger and better. But it happened when it was letting people go in the physical realm. It helped me to connect more with those who I have relationships with in the spirit realm. So I'm really grateful for that, because it gets lonely. This practice, this purpose, this job, this endeavor, whatever words we want to use to say what this is that I do, is very lonely. I explained that to somebody before. It's lonely because I cannot stay attached long to any energy. And it's not an easy thing to do. There are some times where I know me and people who have a high level of talent or skill in certain things. You from the outside looking in, it's like, oh, they make it look so easy. This is work. This is work. But I'm grateful for the process. The third thing that I'm grateful for, I'm gonna try to light my thing again because we're getting close to 10 o'clock. The third thing that I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for my children. I definitely should make a list of 10, because I almost feel like every time I say three, I end up saying the same stuff. But I am, so excuse me if you've heard that on my last live, but it still rings true. They teach me a lot, and um, striving every day to be a different type of parent than what I had. I just got off the phone with my father before I came on to live, and I had to really tell him how I was feeling about some stuff. He got off the phone saying it was an insightful conversation. If you know my dad, you'll know how funny that is, but maybe not. But either way, it's not about trying to be better parents than they were. It's just trying to say, like, what would I have wanted my parents to do and say when I was in the same circumstance? Or what, knowing what didn't work for me. How can I be more present? How can I be more intentional? How can I try to help them with their self-healing, even on levels? Doesn't matter if it's the 3-year-old or if it's the 20-year-old. You know what I'm saying? We need all those that we're connected to. We do need each other. And so I'm in a weird space right now where I do have to hold myself accountable to the same things that I'm expecting from other people. And I've had a lot of frank and real conversations with people that matter to me recently, just trying to figure all that out. But I'm grateful for them, because they may be my children in this lifetime, but I know that they are their own selves. I don't try to live vicariously through them. I don't try to make decisions for them. I'm trying to guide them so that they can also come to the knowledge of self and be able to also align themselves with their best possible outcome of their own future, helping them to create their own reality, helping them to um, be able to hone their skills and everything like that. That's the type of parent that I've always been. And the more in tune I am, the easier it becomes to allow them to just be themselves. And when I do that, that's when I learn the most from them. And not, I had somebody tell me, "Oh, you're trying to be your kid's friend." It's like, well, how? I'm their first friend. I'm their first example of what a friendship would be. How else are they going to learn how to be a friend if I'm not being a friend? It's Parenting is more than just reprimand and discipline and that type of thing. It's Everything is within balance, because anything outside, absence of balance is chaos, and we all know that. So long story short, I'm grateful for them in their, as I'm experiencing their journey adjacent, it's just amazing. You know what I'm saying? And to be connected, know that we're always going to be connected. Know that we chose this relationship, and know that as I continue to be the best version of myself, even in the child parent relationship, that's what I'm still striving to do, is help them be the best version of themselves, as they're going to do the same for me. That's what all relationships are supposed, that's the end goal. Everybody has all these goals, marriage and this and that. The end goal of every relationship to be, it did I help you to be the best version of yourself while you were simultaneously helping me to be the best version of myself. Any questions? Thank you for sharing what you're grateful for. I encourage you to expand that list to add about 7 more things, give it a nice round number of 10, and to treat those like affirmations. Say those things on a daily basis, especially during this moon transit, and continue to remind yourself that even though you may not see things happening the way you want them to, being grounded in the present moment and being grateful will help you to stay on that clear-cut path to what you're trying to align yourself with. It's, you can't go wrong by just saying, you know what, thank you. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God, goddess, whoever, your goddess, your gods, your deities, whoever you work with, your higher self, anything like that. Stay grateful. Remember, this is November 8th, Tuesday, when this was recorded. We're dealing with a Tuesday Mars masculine energy, but it's a full moon, a lunar eclipse even in Taurus with the Venus energy. So I know we might be a little bit on edge emotionally, but it's okay. It's never too late to offer some apologies, even if it's just to yourself, to get back centered. But make sure that you are doing everything that you can to your benefit. Tap into this lunar energy. I don't teach this for no reason. I teach it because it absolutely works for me. So I offer these options and solutions just in case you too are trying to figure out, what can I do? Taurus gang, yeah, for sure. For sure. Thank you for being here. Again, my name is Lola B, the Moon Moon Podcast. I will be back when I'm going to be back for the next new moon. Let me give you that date. Let's try to hold each other accountable here. Let's try to hold each other accountable here. So before I log off, I'm going to give you the date. And again, this will be my events for my sessions are online. Give me 1 second. So we have the next session. New moon for the intention setting. It's going to be November 23rd. So right before, well, wait, hold on. Let's pull up a calendar. I was going to say right before Thanksgiving because I'm thinking like, oh, Thanksgiving is 24th. Thanksgiving is when, guys? When is Thanksgiving? The 24th. Okay, so I was so I was right. My bad. Like I literally have to, I don't be knowing what day it is. Nothing. 23rd is a Wednesday, November 23rd. We will try to come back here and prep because technically that is not the last week in November, but that next week will be December. So we will be ushering in to a new month, new moon, new intentions. So that's, and intentions ones is always like my favorite because I can go more in depth and just teach you the process that I've been using now for years, basically, but definitely more specifically for about a year and a half, teaching you how to change the goal into an intention and just a process using the muscle memory of writing, using your meditation journal, still creating that sacred space, but being very intentional in your process to, like I keep saying, align yourself with the future that you want to have. So please make sure you look out for that. You can visit, I have TikTok, I have Instagram, I'm on Facebook. Okay. So there's different times because I am a moody bitch where you can see the different things that I post, advice, little thoughts, downloads, just anything are on each and every one of those platforms. As always, I'm so grateful for everybody that decided to exchange energy with me. Humbled, never, but definitely blessed that we can meet on this level and be able to learn from each other. So please make sure if you would like to know more and continue to share on this journey. I never beg for likes, follows, and anything like that, but I just feel led to say that if this is something that you want to share with me, please make sure you follow. That way, even if I could be as random as I am sometime, you still will be notified of the saved content as well as the live sessions right here on the Moon Moon Podcast. Please enjoy your night. I'm going to bed, guys. Drink the rest of my tea. You know what I'm saying? Probably take a nice hot shower to let this steam, pop a Benadryl or something. So I encourage you that if you're in areas of the world or country where the weather is switching up, take the necessary precautions, get your rest, drink your water, wear your mask wherever necessary, because it's still some shit in the air. And just make sure you listen to your body and take care of yourself. So as I'm saying it to you, I'm taking my own advice and I am saying good night.